We're going to go over the moon salutation. So like the sun salutation, the moon salutation is a sequence of poses. This involves a little bit more of the lower body than the upper body like the sun salutation. So I'd recommend doing the standing warm-up, that video, just because you do some moonflowers in there, and we do the moonflower for the moon salutation. Also, I'd recommend the balancing poses video because we do balancing half moon in the balancing video, and we do balancing half moon for the for this moon salutation. Okay. I'm also going to introduce a new pose. It's called pyramid or intense side stretch. Okay, so we'll go over all that for this moon salutation. So just come to the top of your mat here in mountain pose. I'm going to walk you through the pyramid, or it's called intense side stretch. Pyramid is fine too as well. So I'm at the top of my mat. I'm just going to bring my right foot back, kind of like warrior one, bringing that back foot back. Heel on into the mat, leg is straight. That front knee can be bent slightly here, similar to warrior one. I'm just going to put my hands on my hips. I'm going to straighten the front leg here, and then what I'm going to do is hinge from my hips and just go down here, keeping my back flat and straight. And I'm going to take my hands to my thigh, and then I'm just going to work my hands down my leg, going down as far as you can. Okay. And if you can get to the floor, great. You can get those hands to the floor. If you can't, this is where usually I'd introduce the yoga blocks here. If you have a yoga block at home, that's great. Or maybe a box or something you can use just to get to the floor. That could be a little bit easier. If you can't get to the floor, you can use a yoga block. Okay, if you need to bend the knee slightly in the front, that front knee, you can bend the knee. Just make sure that back foot's on the mat, back heel, pushing that back heel into the mat. This is called pyramid pose or intense side stretch. Parshvottanasana is the Sanskrit name. Parshvottanasana. So I'm showing you this one because then what we're going to try to do is go into that balancing half moon that I showed you in the balancing video. So balancing half moon, you can use a yoga block if you need to. Okay, I'm going to transition. I go my left foot forward. I'm going to transition my weight to my left foot. I'm going to bring my left hand to the mat or a yoga block. I'm going to bring my right leg up. I'm going to turn that foot out, turn my leg out, pointing my toes towards me. And I'm going to bring my right arm up. And really reaching up high. Again, trying to stack my hips, stack my shoulders with balancing half moon. And then I'm just going to fall back into a lunge. And then let's just try that a few times. So lunge, can go lunge to pyramid or intense side stretch. Pyramid pose. Just bring the back foot forward, arms come down. Pyramid pose. Good to balancing half moon. Fall back to a lunge. Good pyramid pose. And balancing half moon. And back to lunge. Pyramid pose. And balancing half moon. Back to a lunge. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and just pivot my feet and come into a squat. So I just pivot my feet here into a squat, hands to heart center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot my feet. That's another thing that you need to kind of do for moon salutation is you pivot your feet here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to a lunge. So I'm going to turn that foot, turning to the right here, turning that right foot, and then I'm going to pivot my back foot onto the ball of my feet into a lunge. And then just practice lunge, pyramid pose to the other side. So bringing that back foot forward, heel on the mat, straightening both legs. Now I got my right foot forward, Right hand in front and to the right. Again, you can use a yoga block or something at home to help if you need to. Balancing half moon. Again, balancing half moon, bringing that, I got my left leg up, turning that left foot out, opening up the hips, stacking the shoulders. Good, I'm going to fall back into a lunge. I'm going to go through this a few times here. So, lunge, pyramid pose, to balancing half moon. Back to a lunge. Good, pyramid pose. And then balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Good, I'm just going to turn to center, so I'm just going to come back to a squat. Okay? So let's go through the moon salutation, all right? So we start here in a squat. I'm just going to inhale up moonflower. So you remember this from the standing warm-up, moonflowers. Let's just do a couple moonflowers here. So it starts with a moonflower, hence moon salutation. Good, on the next one I'm going to come up, and I'm going to rotate to my left, and I'm going to pivot my feet into a lunge. Now if you rotate to your left, you're probably facing the opposite direction. Okay? It doesn't matter. Good. To pyramid pose. So bringing that back foot forward, putting the heel onto the mat, straightening both legs. Now if you need the yoga block, you can put in that right hand. Or I'm sorry, the left hand. Left hand. And then I'm going to go to balancing half moon. So I got my right leg up, right arm up. Really reaching up and back, that right arm and shoulder. Good, coming back to lunge. Good, I'm going to turn to my right to the center here, coming into a squat. Come down as far as you like. Good, we're going to do the other side now. So inhale up, moonflower, exhale down, inhale up. You can do as many moonflowers as you'd like. We'll just do a couple more. Here, let's actually just up and turn, lunge. Good, pyramid pose. Good, to balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Good, turning to center, turning to the left, back to a squat, coming down as far as you'd like. Good, inhale up, moonflower, exhale down. As you get the hang of it, you can go a little bit faster if you want. Good, so inhale up, I'm going to turn to a lunge. Good, pyramid pose. Good, to balancing half moon. Back to a lunge. Good, turning to the right to a squat. Good, inhale up, moonflower, exhale down. Good, inhale up. I'm going to turn, lunge. Good, to pyramid pose. Good, to balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Good, turning to the left into a squat. Good, inhale up, moonflower, exhale down. Good, inhale up, going a little faster here, turn to the lunge here, turn to the left lunge. Good, pyramid pose. Good, to balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Good, turning to the right into a squat, down as far as you'd like. Inhale up, exhale down. Good, inhale up, turn to the right, lunge. Good, pyramid pose. To balancing half moon. Back to a lunge. Good, turning to the left into a squat. We'll go a little faster. Inhale up, moonflower. Turn to the left, lunge. pyramid pose, to balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Turning to the right into a squat. Good, inhale up, moonflower, exhale down. Good, inhale up, turn to the right, lunge. Good, to pyramid pose. To balancing half moon. Good, back to a lunge. Good, we'll turn to the left into center, into a squat. So you can do as many moon salutations as you'd like. You can keep going. I'm just gonna hold the squat here. Some things you can do here if you want to add something like this. Go down as far as you'd like, coming up if you want. You can add that little Pilates pump I talked about in a previous video. Hold. Good, let's put our arms out. How about palms down? We'll get the shoulders involved. So you can do just some little circles with the arms. You can reverse direction, circle the other direction. Bigger circles, smaller circles. How about up and down? Get our shoulders involved here. Good, we can hold. Good, come up if you'd like, or here, let's try that garland pose. Come into that kind of deeper squat. If you'd like to bring the hips down further. And holding that for as long as you'd like. Good. Just coming back up, mountain pose, shaking the legs out. So there's the moon salutation. There's a handout on the home page with a sequence of poses. Have fun with it, enjoy it. The moon salutation.